scarlet blaze. Unrest in Enbarr. Despite successfully defending Aryan Road, Edelgard concludes it is no longer possible for her to hold the eastern and western lines at the same time, and pauses to explore solutions. Almost as if trading places, she sends Count Bergliez to the Kingdom Front and returns her own forces to the imperial capital of Enbarr.
Okay, I get that this little chat needs to be a secret, but if we get any deeper into the woods, someone's gonna be looking for our corpses.
One can never be too safe. We do not know where our enemy lurks these days.
Lysithia's here too? What's she got to do with this?
Lysithia has had contact in the past with those who slither in the dark. I asked her to come along so she might be privy to all of the information.
I'm just listening. Pretend I'm not even here. And besides, they're my enemy too.
Right.
Now, as you know, our enemy has gone into hiding. But considering what they are capable of, we cannot relax our guard, particularly at the capital. The streets of Enbarr practically teemed with them at one time. So we cannot rule out the possibility they will attempt some mischief when Her Majesty and the rest of us return.
That's true. They're devious, both everywhere and nowhere at once. We have to be careful.
And what's that got to do with me again? You want me to stop them somehow?
I have a request, yes, and a warning. I believe that if those who slither in the dark do try something, they will attempt to approach you.
Me?
Yes, you.
Your powers may come from the same place as theirs, right?
It stands to reason they might try to recruit you.
Sure, but they'd be wasting their time. There's no way I'm gonna help those monsters.
And what if they appear as your long-lost brother? Same hair, same eyes, a voice full of kindness.
Or, what if one of them calls out, "I finally found you, my child"?
Maybe they are your family. Maybe they are not. Could you really drive a sword through their heart with that knowledge yet uncertain? Forgive me. That was cruel. I am merely voicing one possibility among many. Still, now you will know to expect it. It behooves you to remember how harsh reality can actually be.
What a lovely breeze. Truly, there is nothing so liberating as the great outdoors.
Your Majesty, Hubert is looking for you. My apologies. I didn't realize you were resting.
I only stepped out for a bit of fresh air. I'll be ready to return shortly.
Oh no! Please don't rush back on my account. I am more than happy to keep Hubert occupied in the meantime. Please, Your Majesty, enjoy yourself. I'll simply tell him I failed to find you. Ah, and are you cold? I can bring you a coat and some hot tea.
I appreciate the concern, Monica, but I'm quite all right. But while you're here, there is something I must tell you.
Why are you staring at me, Your Majesty? Is there something on my face?
I was only going to say how fortunate we are to have you with us. Those who slither in the dark had you in their clutches. In another world, we might have lost you to them forever.
Yes, it seemed they were only keeping me alive so they could use me for some kind of dark ritual. And I can only assume that would not have ended with me alive and well. You saved my life. I wish I could express what an honor it was to be personally rescued by the woman I've dedicated my entire life to.
That's kind of you to say, but I only did it because I needed the military leverage.
That doesn't matter. I'm serious when I say that the day you rescued me was the day I stopped simply idolizing you and decided you were the one for me.
The one for you?
Yes. You risked your life to protect a lowly noble like me.
You need to understand the situation, Monica. I was fully prepared to sacrifice you if doing so would bring me even one step closer to achieving my goals. I had no intention of rescuing you until right before the opportunity presented itself.
Oh, but, why not?
I was under the impression that those who slither in the dark needed you quite badly. And as I required their strength to wage my war, I was prepared to look the other way. When we laid out our plans, your death was something we took as a given.
All the same, you still chose to save me in the end. I don't care how you got to that decision, only that you did. You could have offered me up as a bargaining chip, but you chose not to. Instead, you closed that door just so I could be standing here today.
Monica, I
only get one life, and I can't tell you how lucky I am to share it with you. It is my destiny to walk beside you, and that makes me happier than you could ever know.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
I wonder when I'll be able to return to Enbarr.
Greetings, Dorothea. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, you're fine. I was just having myself a little think. So, what do you need?
I come with a matter involving the opera company of which you were once a member.
What's wrong? What happened?
Nothing drastic, I assure you. A letter addressed to you arrived, and finding myself with a moment to spare, I decided to deliver it personally. And as I was also hoping to speak with you about the company, the trip serves a dual purpose.
Okay, don't scare me like that, Hubert. I figured something awful had happened since you were coming here in person.
My apologies. Let your heart be at ease. Now then, I wish to discuss the matter of your return to the opera company.
I'm pretty sure I said I wasn't going back.
That is not what I refer to. Well, it is and it isn't. You have no love of violence, and in fact care little enough for it that the mere sight of someone in pain nearly rends your poor heart in two. Further, I am aware that you received numerous invitations to return to the company. Despite that, you continue to remain here on the front lines of the war. I find this choice curious.
Okay, that's a fair point. I honestly have given some thought about returning to the company. Touring across the land with them and using music to heal weary hearts sounds wonderful. And if I did make that choice, it would be a different way to help Edelgard and everyone else. You agree, right?
Indeed. I should think it terribly useful work.
But even so, I can't abandon the actual fight when all of you are still here. The thought of being safe and sound while my friends risk their lives isn't something I'm comfortable with. Does that make sense?
It does. And I even share your feelings to a degree. However, we could always summon your opera company to the front so that you could use your diva talents to motivate our troops. Surely you have considered this possibility?
You really see through everything, Hubie. It's vexing. But fine, there's another reason. I want to support 80 as a commoner. If I were here in the position of an opera diva, I wouldn't be treated like one anymore. I want to be here fighting as a representative of the peasant class. However selfish it might be, I feel this is the best way to help Adie as she tries to erase the gap between nobles and commoners.
Well, this is a surprise. You choose the path of hardship for the sake of your Emperor. Truly, I have undersold your resolve.
Oh, but there is one more reason.
Still more.
There are quite a few young nobles here. Dependable ones with quality futures ahead of them. And they're a lot more attractive than the doormats who flutter about us divas in the capital.
Yes, that does seem important. You are stronger than I gave you credit for, Dorothea. And you have earned my respect this day.
Well, Bernie, you were nothing but trouble for everybody, yet again.
There you are. I was worried when you failed to appear at mealtime.
I'm fine. All quiet here.
Please do not tell me your hunger was so great that you resorted to eating those plants there. You should be careful. I have heard there is some rather poisonous flora in this area.
Hey! I'm not going to eat poison. What kind of dummy do you think I am? I know exactly which plants are safe and which ones aren't.
It is strange to see you this confident on a topic. But if you are so certain, I think I should give your eye a test. Just to be safe, you understand.
We're doing what now?
Ah, I know. What say we have a little game to see who can collect the most edible plants?
What?
And as an army can never have too much food, this will serve to benefit the others. What a splendid idea.
Oh, why me? Okay, so this one would cause stomach aches, and that one would be really bitter. I think. Oh, I don't know. I've only ever seen it in books. But hey, I'm sure it's fine. I'll also take this one, and this one, and this one. Oh, and that one over. Wait, is that Ferdinand?
Such luster, such size, such a gorgeous crimson. Yes, this looks like a scrumptious leaf indeed. And there are bulbs under this tree. Rich white bulbs with the luster of a precious pearl. Bernadetta! I see. You were frightened by a mouse scampering by and took a bit of a tumble when you fled, yes?
Yeah, and I dropped all my beautiful plants that your dumb game made me don't collect.
Never mind that now. Show me your wound, please. Ah, yes. Just a scrape. Still, we should return to base and treat it before it festers.
Yeah, I suppose. Thanks for looking at it. Wait, that leaf! The one you're carrying!
This one? What of it? If you are hungry, we could snack on it while we walk back.
No! No! That plant has medicinal properties. It's a styptic.
Well, what luck. We can use it to treat your wound. Well, I must say, your talent for identifying plants is no idle boast.
Yeah, I eyeballed them pretty well, huh? Now let's take a look at yours and... What?
Are you at a loss for words with the quality of the plants I gathered? What? But the gorgeous leaf! The robust vine!
Death in plant form! Throw them away before we die! Sand, rain, river? Is he writing of the weather?
Are you all right, Petra? That's quite the noise that just came flying out of your diaphragm.
Linhardt, perhaps you can be helping me. This letter is giving me much difficulty.
A letter, is it? I was under the impression that you had no trouble reading the language of Fodlan.
I also had that thought, but this page is not making sense. Can you be reading it for me?
What? Oh, no, I couldn't. This is a private matter. I mean, I don't even know who it's from.
But I cannot be writing back if I do not know what they are saying. Please, do this favor for me.
Oh, very well. Let me have a look. Goodness, no wonder you struggled with this. It couldn't be more archaic. Right, well, let me give this a shot. Yon world is endless sand, and I but a parched grain air upon its bosom. O beauty! Was it the western wind which brought thee hither, merciful rain? Soft, my river o'erfloweth. Petra, is this a love letter?
That is a possibility, but I do not have certainty.
Okay, you definitely should have mentioned that before I started reading this. Well, too late now, I suppose.
Indeed. I am blaming the letter. If no one can have understanding of it, the writer is a waster of paper.
Well, it's not that I don't understand so much as... Look, let me just give this back to you.
You have understanding? You must be teaching me.
Oh, very well. The writer is using archaic speech to express his love for you through metaphor. So much so that I would say they have gone and spoiled the whole thing.
So he has passion? I am pleased, although I have little knowledge of the letter's writer.
Really? From what he's written here, it sounds as if he sees you every day. Also, the letter is absolutely rife with mistakes. Take this passage, for example. I think he mentioned the western wind in an effort to evoke Brigid, but it's actually the southern wind that brings rain. Besides which, the merciful rain is a gift from the goddess. This paramour of yours shouldn't be tossing such sacrilegious comparisons about. And I won't even ask how a grain can be parched, let alone turn into an overflowing river.
The words have richness and color. I wish I could be reading them as well as you.
Trust me, it's nothing special. Well-crafted writing has layers. This just has apostrophes. So, are you planning to write him back?
This has been a most painful lesson of how little I am knowing. I must be reading many books to study the old speech of Fodlan before making my reply.
I sure hope she doesn't plan on writing him back in the same style, or they're going to end up talking right past each other.
I still can't win!
Hey, coming to a draw with the almighty king of grappling's not a bad result. After all, you've got a disadvantage. What with our size difference and all.
Okay, but don't you have the disadvantage of our age difference?
Hey, I'm not that old.
And I'm not that short. I've actually grown a lot in these last 2 years. Give me a little time and I'll be towering over you.
Not sure you've got a growth spurt left in you at your age. And I'm a pretty big guy.
What did you say?
Oh, you want another piece? Let's go!
Didn't win. Again.
Another draw! You don't know when to quit! We're not getting anywhere fighting with our fists.
Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty much at my limit.
So, what's next?
Better make it something where we can compete on equal footing.
Naturally. Well, beyond fists, there's money, there's ladies.
How are you going to compete with money? All you do is complain about not having any. And ladies? That doesn't even make sense. I mean, unless you want us to dress up in ladies' clothes and compete to see who looks better.
You're really not understanding this, are you?
Stop, you're annoying. Also, this break gave me time to get my energy back. So put 'em up! It's back to fists!
Better hope your body can pay the bill your mouth keeps running up.
Yeah!
Yeah!
I'm glad we have returned to Enbarr. It's far warmer than the kingdom, for one. How are you doing, Your Majesty? I hope you've been getting some rest at least. It seems you never stop working unless someone physically pulls you away from it.
I've been getting more rest than Hubert, at least. We're here in the gardens, chatting, are we not?
Fair enough. And so I'm clear, even a sliver of your time is a blessing beyond all measure. Though I suggest you find a better point of comparison than Hubert for how hard you work.
This is the part where you nobles all crowd around a table slurping on tea, right? Seems like a good enough way to unwind a bit.
Tea? I wouldn't mind were it just myself and Her Majesty, but... What's happening in the throne room?
Hubert, what's wrong?
Intruders in the palace, Your Majesty. They entered through one of the secret passages, and are even now attempting to hunt you down. I sent soldiers to intercept them, but we should be prepared for anything.
Do you think it's those who slither in the dark?
I know not. But they could not have breached that passage without assistance from the inside. Though there are only a few who know of that passage, and would be capable of acting as a guide. Your Majesty, might you kindly step this way?
Hubert, do you really think she would do that?
You're not getting away!
This shall be your grave, intruder!
You simpleton! Were you trying to annihilate me as well? Thanks to you, the assassin made their escape!
As though one of your paltry skill would have caught such elusive prey in the first place. What matters now is that we give pursuit. All trespassers must be felled without mercy.
That was Shamir, which means the attackers.
They must be the Knights of Ceros's assassins. We must protect Her Majesty with everything we have.
Stop the enemy incursion! Seal off those entry points before reinforcements arrive!
Swapping in!
Lady Edelgard, I must ask that you remain in the throne room where it will be easier to defend you and predict enemy movements. And as your protection will require my full attention, I will remain here at your side.
It was careless to be allowing assassins inside. We must exterminate them with much haste.
Peace, good intruder. I assure you, I'm no fighter.
Says the wolf in sheep's clothes. Sure, whatever. Where's the Emperor? You're not my target, which means you're wasting my time.
Hold them nice and safe until they came barging in.
I can't waste another minute.
Slippery creature. Let's stay on guard.
Over here! More intruders!
Palace still teems with enemies. Crush them all!
Is there even one room I can be alone?
Assistance, please.
Let's make a scene!
Yes, I will be joining you. Farewell.
That takes care of the rabble, which leaves us with the true problem at hand. We will not escape our clutches this time.
They're really keeping the heat on. All right, time for another approach.
Enough of this. It seems clear the enemy won't come out of hiding until I do.
That may be true, Your Majesty. But is it wise to place yourself in such peril?
Yeah, right!
My turn? Caught one. Do it. They'll never know
It's a trap.
Let's link up. Let us join forces. I have you.
We'll do it together! I've got you now! That should do for now. It's brave of you to try and lure us out, but such courage will cost you your life!
Thunder, Catherine. It seems Rhea is not playing around.
No mercy to the Archbishop's enemies!
My lord, we stand ready to warp the Emperor back to the throne room upon your command.
You're taking a beating, Catherine. But don't worry, I've got your back. Hate me all you want.
Very strange, Shamir. I heard you quit the Knights of Seros, yet here you are.
Well, someone's done their research. But yeah, I'm just another mercenary now.
Then let me make you an offer. Come work for us, and we will spare Catherine's life.
Don't listen to him, Shamir!
You are mine!
Hate me all you want. I can't take any more of this. Shamir, stand down and find a place to rest. I'll handle this.
I am your man!
Run, Catherine. I'm staying. Don't make me drag you out of here, Shamir. Go before I kill you myself. Damn it.
Good. We have a contract. The threat has been quelled, but we allowed them far too much leeway. The situation calls for careful reflection.
Still, you saved my life, which means my path for the future remains intact. Thank you.
Hubert, did you hear? My father has...
Vanished. Yes. We should have killed the dastard when we had the chance. What happened to your solemn vow to not let him stage a comeback? I told you this would happen. I think you knew he would try and scrabble his way out of his predicament. Such is the nature of a noble. Until you finally squash them, that is.
I have no way to refute that point.
I could excoriate you further, but we lack the time. We must get to the bottom of this, and quickly. The Knights of Seiros descended on us with the fury I have rarely seen. In all that confusion, even a bear could have slipped away without raising an alarm.
I would not go so far as to call them conspirators, but my father had many old friends in the palace. Some may have turned a blind eye. They should be found and questioned.
I agree. That is one possibility. Though there is another. Yes, well, now that we have a fugitive on our hands, I intend to make full use of it. This situation affords us a chance to remedy another.
If that is the beginning of a scheme, Hubert, you do a terribly poor job of veiling it.
It is no concern of yours. Not yet, at any rate.
Right. Lovely. Well, so long as whatever you're planning has Edelgard's blessing and will be of aid to the Empire, I will brook no complaint.
All will be revealed in time.
I'm told the secret passage they used was sealed off centuries ago.
Yes. The palace floor plans failed to even show it. I'm shocked the church knew of its existence.
In the age of Seiros, the Empire and Church were intimately related. It's safe to assume the Central Church took pains to retain its information from the time.
I shudder to think what other inconvenient secrets they might be privy to.
Yes, well, based on the scale of the attack, they must have seen this as their first and only chance. Ah, there you are.
They said you wanted to talk?
Yes. I believe I owe you an apology.
Oh yeah? What for?
To be blunt, I thought you were with the enemy. I had you pegged for an informant, planted among us by those who slither in the dark. It was not an unreasonable assumption. You enter Her Majesty's life at the perfect time, allure her with your strength, and choose our house to study with. And oh, surprise! You have dark powers. It was all too much to dismiss as mere coincidence.
It was at Hubert's suggestion that I appointed you captain of our mercenary unit. He felt this would allow us to quietly assess your abilities and allegiances, and I agreed. I know I told you I did this because I believed in you and your strength, but the decision was somewhat more nuanced than that. I'm sorry.
The moment I got wind of this attack, I immediately thought of you. This is it, I thought. The traitor has sprung the trap, and now the Emperor's life is in danger. But instead, you thwarted the assassination attempt and kept Her Majesty safe. I was wrong about you. Deeply so. And for that, I am ashamed beyond measure. Pray forgive me.
Don't worry about it. I would have done the same. Honestly, I thought it was weird how quick you both trusted me. Good to finally know the reason behind it all.
That does not excuse our actions. We had no right to deceive you as we did. But I swear, we will make amends. You have but to let us know how.
You can start by trusting me. Or if that's not in the cards, have the decency to tell me you don't to my face. At least then I'll know where I stand.
I doubt doing so would have changed anything, but I understand the sentiment. We will attempt to be better going forward.
Be better? Really?
Hubert, why not just promise to be more forthright?
Because that might make me a liar. Let me speak plain. I no longer believe you to be working with the enemy. However, that does not necessarily mean the possibility is now non-existent.
Well, I guess I did ask for honesty. But look, do you guys trust me or not?
Of course we trust you.
Or I do at least. So please, let us begin this relationship anew on solid ground.
It is now 1182. The Great War Edelgard instigated has swept across Fodlan and looks more grim with each passing day. The Empire struggles to hold Aryan Road to the west and the Great Bridge to the east. The kingdom cannot bring western lands to heal. Even the Alliance must face changing times. The Central Church sends the Knights of Seros to the imperial capital to assassinate the Emperor, but fails. Roughly half a year passes before the tides show any true sign of shifting.